Welcome to Kim's Creativity Hacks. Hello everybody, welcome to another day of Kim's Creativity Hacks. Lovely to see you here. So today's creativity hack is about hanging out around creativity. So I was at a meeting in the morning and I had a meeting at lunchtime, and rather than go home, I decided I would go to the National Gallery at Trafalgar Square, and I took some time to just wander through some of the galleries. Here's what happened. So here at the National Gallery, there's a number of paintings by the Italian artist Canaletto. He is one of my favourites, and this is his painting Regatta on the Grand Canal, and he paints a lot of Venice. So this is all the boats on the Grand Canal in Venice. You can see it's full of amazing detail, and when you get up super close you can see things like, you know, the shawl on the woman and the boy in the boat and all of those tiny little details are just extraordinary. What's interesting though is when you step back you miss all of that detail, so all of a sudden it's a nice picture but not so interesting. So at the other end of the spectrum, this is a painting by Camille Pissarro, and it's called The Louvre Under Snow, and it sits in the gallery of Impressionists. And what you can see here is, from a distance, it's quite an atmospheric painting, but actually when you come up close, there's not some of that amazing detail that I love in the Canaletto work. So two very different approaches to the picture. And here's a third painting I love. It's by a Belgian artist called Theo van Wisselberg, and this one's called Coastal Scene. And what you can tell here, if I move a bit closer, is it's actually made up of lots and lots and lots of dots. And this was the pointillist movement, and he took on that style from Roger Seurat, who was the father and advocate of it. But it's really quite beautiful, and how such small details can combine to create such a gorgeous picture. And this is Georges Seurat, the father of pointillism. Standing back here, you can't see any of the dots, can you? But what an amazing scene he creates. So what did you think? I do enjoy wandering around and seeing what takes my eye and takes my fancy. And what was really interesting about wandering around the National Gallery like that was I was looking at things from a different perspective. So once I'd done the first clip on the Canaletto piece, which was about how different and how engaged I feel about it standing up close versus standing a long way back, or it just looks like an average painting. It gave me a framework for looking at the other three pictures that I shared with you. So what struck me was the importance of different types of input. Now, we talked a little bit about that in my Education Matters video on the case for creativity and why you want different types of input when you're looking to create solutions. And the National Gallery just showed me without even thinking that this whole consciousness about stepping forward, stepping in and looking more closely, and also stepping back to get a different perspective was really important and shows completely different things. I'm much more a big picture person. And so what I liked about the pointillist paintings was this idea that the dots almost disappeared for me, and I just got the sense of this this beautiful picture, whether it was the coastal mountains or the big picnic scene by the river. And not being an artist myself, I get this a whole new respect. It just blows my mind how people they're creating something from nothing. They start with a blank canvas. And isn't that just the definition of creativity? It just sparked so many ideas. This whole idea of joining the dots, literally, particularly with the pointillist paintings I shared, but joining the dots around collaboration, which is one of the themes I'm going to develop a series about, and the different approaches that are really important to creating a whole view. And I had about an hour of just jotting down ideas in my notebook, different sources, different ways I could approach the collaboration series. So just doing that little tiny walk between meetings was really, really, really useful. And I keep going back to the pages in my notebook and thinking of new things to add and reshaping things. So that's my learning from today's creativity hack. So if you go and hang out where there's some art or where there's some creativity, maybe some of it just rubs off. Or maybe it just gives you an opportunity to look at things from a different perspective. So that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this Kim's creativity hack. Let me know if you have any particular creativity hacks. Let me know what you think of art as a potential kindle of creativity. This is Kim Hamer signing off, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.